to see your smile. Come down, sunbird, don't fly. Yes, I'm as scared as you are, but I can lie. I want you to say you're mine. I know a girl, her name is Bird, and I am hers. It's been so long, but still I can show her love.
Won't you come stay with me?
Won't you come stay with me?
'Cause I need someone near.
I need my memories, 'cause mine are all just of me.
I, Abe,
freely give myself to you, Erin,
freely give myself to you, Erin,
as a beloved friend
as beloved friend
and partner.
and partner.
I embrace you as my equal,
I embrace you as my equal
as we unite
as we unite
for the betterment of both.
for the betterment of both.
I know in my heart
I know in my heart
you are my lifetime love.
you are my lifetime love.
I ask you now
I ask you now
to be my wife,
to be my wife.
Erin. Do you accept this person as your beloved and partner in marriage?
I do.
Then repeat after me
Whoa.
as you place the ring on your beloved's hand.
I'm ready.
I give this ring
I give this ring
as a gift from my heart.
as a gift from my heart.
I give you my heart
I give you my heart
for safekeeping.
for safekeeping,
With my enduring promise
with my enduring promise
to keep and care for you.
to keep and care for you.
As this ring encircles your finger,
As this ring encircles your finger,
I will embrace
I will embrace
and surround you with love
and surround you with love
today
today
and every day.
and every day to the end of my days.
He's like, I've done this before.
Force of habit.
Erin. Erin, repeat after me. I, Erin,
I, Erin,
freely give myself to you, Abe,
freely give myself to you, Abe,
as beloved friend
as beloved friend
and partner.
and partner.
I embrace you as my equal,
I embrace you as my equal
as we unite for the betterment of both.
as we unite for the betterment of both.
I know in my heart
I know in my heart
you are my lifetime love.
you are my lifetime love.
I ask you now
I ask you now
to be my husband.
to be my husband.
Abe,
Abe,
do you accept this with me? Yes.
yeah, Abe.
Do you accept this person as your beloved and partner in marriage?
I do.
Then repeat after me as you place the ring on your beloved's hand. I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a gift from my heart.
as a gift from my heart.
I give you my heart for safekeeping.
I give you my heart for safekeeping,
With my enduring promise
with my enduring promise
to keep and care for you.
to keep and care for you.
As this ring encircles your finger,
As this ring encircles your finger,
I will embrace
I will embrace
and surround you with love
and surround you with love
today and every day.
today and every day.
By virtue and authority granted to me by the state of California, I now pronounce you married and wish you a happy and long life together. Abe, you can kiss the bride.
Isn't she lovely? We would both love to thank you so much for coming from long and short, from near and far, distances across alternate realities and universes, thousands and thousands of miles or inches. We love you all. Thank you so much for coming. We really appreciate your presence. This has been an amazing night already. I would like to hand over the microphone to Erin's parents and get this whole speech thing started. It's only 2 hours long, and that's, okay, here we go.
Well, it's really fun to see how excited Erin and Abe are about the wedding, and we are excited for them, and they are lucky to be in love, and they'll have a great life together.
I wanted to say how very happy we are that Abe is now part of our family, and how proud we are of Erin. What a beautiful young woman she has become. And God bless you both and give you a long and happy life.
Please join us in wishing Erin and Abe a wonderful future together.
Good evening, and thank you for coming also. I'm Tom and Sue. We're the proud parents of Abraham Lebos, I'll tell you. Now, I want to start at birth. No, but obviously, when Abraham was born, and we first held this little boy in our hands, what we really remember most is a dynamic, energetic powerhouse of a personality. He just was energized, and his whole life has been like that, a great joy to us. When he was 5 years old, he made his proud father very happy by scoring 7 goals in his first soccer game. That powerhouse of a kid. At 3.5 years, I'm going backwards now. When he was 3.5, we first got an inkling of his music genius and music ability. He had a Fisher-Price recorder, and the most early recording of any song that he ever sang is right here. I want to introduce, it was a Rocky theme song. It was probably my favorite song at the time, and I want to play it for you.
Okay.
Fantastic. He didn't learn how to carry a tune from me.
And I have to say one other thing about that. He was probably not 4 years old, and he wasn't embarrassed. He was too young to be embarrassed, but he used to sing the entire score of Annie. We used to make him do it. At 3 years old, we were terrible parents.
You guys are great parents.
All right. A little more. Now, if any of you were Seinfeld fans, Mrs. Seinfeld once said, when somebody didn't like Jerry in the show, how could anyone not like, in this case, Abraham? How could anyone not love Abraham? And his trait is that wherever he goes, people love him. And whoever knows him, loves him. He has that fantastic personality. Like me. We visited... when Sue and I... Well, thank you, Connor. That's my grandson. He's got it, too. When we visited Corey and Taya, our daughter and her fiance, in Prague a few years ago, Abe had arrived to visit with them for about 3 days before we got there. And the first morning we woke up, Abe and I walked down the street of Prague, and as we walked down the street, the Czechs were saying, "Hi, Abraham." Hi, they were in bad accent, excuse me. All these people walked by us and knew him. I'm going, unbelievable. This kid, he's been here for 3 nights, and the locals already know him. Now, let's shift a little bit. As parents, I think anybody who are here that are parents knows that you think that when your son or daughter grows up, that who knows best who would be their partner in life, who would be their spouse, their wife or husband. Who would best know that? Well, parents. We all think we know better, right? We'd be the best ones to pick out who that is. Well, we first met Erin on a wine tour in Santa Barbara, in a Jeep in the back country. And I have to say that after the ride, we said to each other, this girl is unbelievable. She's a keeper. She's the one we would pick for our son. Is that right?
That's absolutely true.
So we fell in love with Erin at that moment. Funny, unbelievable sense of humor, warm, loving, strong-willed, artistic, musical, beautiful. I almost left that out. She's just radiant in her personality. We just absolutely love her. Now, the difficulty was at the time, Abe didn't want to get settled down, so we had to really figure out a way, how can we make this happen? So, I talked to Sue. She's a midwife, a nurse practitioner, and we said, how can we convince him? So we thought that the best way would be for her to become, my wife, to become a certified hypnotherapist. And she did. Now, what followed for the next year and a half after that were conversations we had with Abe, FaceTiming, and he thought we were talking about his job. He thought we were talking about how his life was, how the music industry was, how Joanne Kane was doing, but no. We were doing very subtle suggestions. Marry this wonderful girl. Unconscious suggestions, and it paid off. We slow played it, and it worked. Okay. Now, Abe said to Sue once, he said in an off-again time, because sometimes there were on-again, off-again times with Erin, that he would never find anybody that he will have as deep a connection with as Erin. And that is true. We are so glad that those words have become a reality today. And I would like to propose a toast with my wife to great love, to a great love affair, to an enduring love, to unending and infinite happiness. And do not be afraid to take that love and happiness and perhaps add, if you wish. And I bless you. I don't want to come out and say it, okay? Congratulations to a wonderful couple. We love you and cherish you.
I met Abe in 6th grade, and one of my earliest memories of him and I is that we used to write our favorite band names on our shoes. We were both so into music in ways that I can't even, when you're a kid, it's like when you love something, it's so intense, and it means everything to you. And music was what brought us together, and it actually still moves both of our lives. And we just had this connection, and it continued. We kind of, like 7th, 8th grade, we weren't as friendly, but then in 9th grade, he played me a song by a band named King Crimson. The first song was, I think it was Fracture, what I heard first, if anyone knows that piece. Thanks to Turnberg. Actually, his parents were into King Crimson, so thank you, Turnberg. So anyways, and then I ended up working for Robert Fripp later on in life, but it's all actually because of Abe in a way. So long stories there, but Abe and I went through so many musical journeys together. Sitting outside of a convenience store, Abe singing and playing guitars hard out to nobody except for me and passerbyers all the time. He would do these open mic nights in Northampton where he would get up on stage and play, and the whole place would just go silent. And people would be like, what the hell is this kid doing? Because it was meta. It was just out there. Just acoustic guitar and him singing, and people were just, it was a showstopper. People were just so like, just like that. And then, of course, they would applaud like crazy, but it was just shocking to see what he could do. Of course, he's forgotten all the songs. There were a lot of good songs. Cat something? Do you remember that one? No, you don't remember. Anyways, a lot of good songs back then. They're all gone, but it's all right. Reggie, of course, was in Gray Mine, which I was a super fan of. Reggie over there. And I think I went to almost all their shows. I was a fanboy. My first Friends fanboy. Anyways, I could go on and on and on and on about that. He tried to get me to move to LA many times. It didn't happen. Sorry, I'm still in Boston. Anyways, and then, so I could keep talking about Abe, but let me move over to Erin. So I met Erin first in Atlanta in 2003. Very briefly, she came to I was there for a residential guitar course for 3 months. And at one of our shows, Erin came. And someone else in our group actually gave her some flowers. Long, funny story. It was really interesting. Anyways, I won't get into that. Travis is not here. Anyways, moving right along. And then I met her more officially in 2008, 10 years ago. She came to a course in Royalston, Massachusetts, in rural Massachusetts, and I actually remember the moment when she got out of the car, and I looked at her, and I was like, there was just something about her. She had this presence and this energy and this life that was immediately tangible, and we became friends instantly. 2 months later, she decided kind of over the summer that she wanted to move to LA. And we became such good friends that I offered to help her move. So I flew from Boston to Atlanta, and then I drove cross country with her across the way. And so her option A for her to live in LA didn't work out for whatever reason. Option B was also a very, very strange option. There was this rich lawyer living in a canyon somewhere north of LA. We went to go visit the place. She was going to live in a trailer and have to take care of these alpacas. The guy had a camel also. There was a camel. And he was so proud that he got it to like kneel down. And he was like, well, you don't have to take care of the camel, but the alpacas. And she was just like, what? It was so weird. He had a different themed rooms for everything. There was a African bar where there was a real lion's rug with the claws still in it.
Welcome to LA.
So weird. We were not ready for that. Anyways, so she was like, Deb, I can't do this. I was like, don't do this. Do not live here. This is not good. Do not do this. And she was like, yeah, I can't do it. So it was good. So I had been planning on staying with Abe for a few days after I had made the trip. And so I called him up. I was like, Abe, I have this girl, my friend Erin, who I drove out here with. She doesn't have a place to stay. Could she stay with you? And he was, of course, was like, absolutely. No problem. Like, yeah. So we headed over to Abe's place. I stayed for a couple days, and then I took my flight home. Erin stayed forever. And the rest of it's history. So I guess you could say that I was the one that brought them together.
Jeffrey.
And I love these two people with all my heart, and I have a unique relationship with each of them, and I don't actually know them together as much, because I see Erin actually, like I've been to Italy with her, I've been to Mexico with her, we go on these courses, we do these big projects, so like I had this really strong relationship with each of them individually, and I'm really looking forward to getting to know them as a couple more, because I haven't spent that much time with them together. So that's something that I'm looking forward to. And I'm thrilled and so happy that you guys found each other and that you're so in love. And I really do see the magic. And it's just wonderful. So congratulations to them. Raise your glasses, please, if you have them. To love.
Those of you who know Erin well might not find it hard to imagine that as young girls, we found a lot of creative and interesting ways to get into trouble. And one thing that we used to do together was called kick fights. And in a kick fight, you would take opposite ends of what was usually the fold-out bed and basically just kick into the middle of the bed. And there's really no way to win a kick fight. There was no rules. There's no winning or losing. It basically just ended when somebody got hurt or angry. So maybe not a great idea. So another fun thing that we used to do were shaving cream fights. So also no way to win or lose that either, but it's where you take a can of Barbasol and you run around the house and spray it at each other. Just really great in a house full of antiques. I'm not sure if you ever knew we were doing that, but that happened.
Probably his shaving cream too.
So that was fun, but at least nobody got hurt. And another really super fun thing we used to do was to climb up onto the roof of the carport. And we would just hang out on the roof of the carport and chat. And we would draw on the side of the house where nobody could see it from the ground level. And I wrote my a quote from our song, and it's by Sting, "If I ever lose my faith in you." And we wrote these lyrics on the side of the house. So anyway, as young girls, we probably made a lot of questionable decisions, but I think one thing that everybody can agree with is that your decision to marry each other is the best idea you've ever had. And I just can't wait to see what kind of adventures that you guys get into together and what kind of mischief and fun that you have. And I just love you both so much, and I just feel so blessed that you have someone as wonderful as Abe to spend the rest of your life with. Mwah. Love you.
I'm usually not one to get up and talk in front of people, but my dear cousin Erin is someone I have to do that for. I love this lady so much. I have really happy memories of my childhood, and Erin was a huge part of that. My sister Ann and I got to see Erin and Melissa every 2 to 3 times, or we got to see each other 2 to 3 times a year. And I always look forward to it so much. We played in Nana's pool. We climbed our favorite tree. We soaked in Blythe's hot tub. It was always the best time. And Erin was also a big influence in my teenage years. She introduced me to Tori Amos and Ani DeFranco. As my parents know, I played over and over and over again, and she really helped shape who I became as a person. I don't know if she knows how big of an influence she was on me. And we have continued to be best friends ever since. Erin is a pretty incredible person. I wish my words could do her justice. Her dear friend Luke once likened her to that of a Ferrari. And that metaphor has stuck with me ever since. I always think Ferrari. She is beautiful and passionate and fiery. And she is deep and soulful. And she always strives for meaning and connection. And I think most importantly, she is fun. She's so fun. And so I'm so thrilled that she is marrying Abe. He is truly the perfect match for her. And I can't wait to be along for the ride for this next chapter in their lives. And I love you both so much, and I wish you all the best.